Hello everyone, my name is Sarah and today we are doing an update on my project play. I know I haven't posted a video in a while and I have no excuses. I just couldn't think of anything to post. So our update for this month, I had 5 games on my list: Animal Crossing, Forager, Dicey Dungeons, Death Road to Canada, and Stardew Valley. So my goal for Animal Crossing, since I re-downloaded it and started streaming, was to take it from 425 hours to 450 hours, adding 25 hours of gameplay. And I managed to get Animal Crossing to 470 hours, adding 45 hours of gameplay. I've been playing Animal Crossing a lot, both on stream and off stream. And also, I'm redoing my island. I haven't restarted it. I'm flattening it and it's taking forever. So then the next thing on the list is Forager, which started at 60 hours and my goal was to get it to 70 hours, and I ended up only playing it for 5 hours, getting it up to 65 hours. I was planning on playing this on stream, and I played it on stream once, but I realized it's not something I'm particularly good at streaming, mostly because there's not a lot of hype for it, which is really unfortunate. It's a good game, but also there isn't a lot to talk about, and I don't know if I'm quite a good enough streamer yet to be able to come up with interesting things to say all the time. And so to be able to play a game like that on stream, I think I'd need to work on my improv and my storytelling and maybe find my notebook, which has all of my stories and talking points on it, which I lost. So if I find that and I can have stories to tell and things to talk about when nobody's in chat, I think I'd be much better off for playing those types of games. So it did end up only playing it for 5 extra hours. The next on the list is Dicey Dungeons, which I actually did stream just a little bit this month. It originally started at 10 hours and I got it up, or my goal was to get it to 20 hours. I ended up getting it to 15 hours, so I played it for 5 hours. The next game on the list was Death Road to Canada, which started at 5 hours. My goal was to get it to 10, and this one I did meet the goal. Yay! So we have 2 goals met. And then we have Stardew Valley, which started at 65 hours. I wanted to add another 5 hours to it to get it to 70, adding 5 hours. I did not add any hours to it. It's still at 65 hours. Chris and I played it one day. Usually we play 10 days at a time, but I think we only played 2 or 3 days. It's just not something we've been playing lately. And Stardew Valley is still on my Switch, so I'll be updating you guys about how the progress is going, but I don't have any goals for it for next month. So let's just get right into my goals for next month. So let's start with, of course, our Animal Crossing goal. This is Animal Crossing. I'm sure most of you guys already know what Animal Crossing is. My island's a bit weird looking right now because I'm currently working on flattening the whole thing. But Animal Crossing is basically this cute little game. I forgot that I've moved all my trees. This cute little game where usually it looks a lot better. I promise my island's usually not like this. I'll try and keep this brief. But you have villagers, you talk to them. You can give them gifts. You can get friendship points. You can get their photos if they really like you. You decorate your island. You can go visit villagers in their little houses. You can collect fruit, which usually grow on trees around my island. I don't have any right now. Again, flattening. And yeah, that's kind of all there is to it. Animal Crossing is just a really cute game, and you earn bells, and you can go fishing and stuff. So it's starting at 470 hours, and my goal is to get it to 500 hours, adding 30 hours of gameplay. Then we have Tangle Tower. This is Tangle Tower. It is a very cute game, and I'm going to let them talk a little bit so you can see the art style already. There's also voice acting, which you'll see now.
You ready, Sally? Rumor, I've been standing here for 7.5 minutes.
Just checking.
You have a map?
Yeah, but it's basically blank. Did you read the case file?
I'm not sure yet. It's really not a lot to go on. Did you read it?
Yeah, I'll read it on the way to the
This is
pharmacy.
the case of Tangle Tower and the murder of Freya Fellow. So Freya Fellow is a 19-year-old, died while painting a portrait of Flora Fellow. This is the portrait, 25, in Flora's tower. Flora was present as she was posing for a portrait. Freya Fellow was found laying on her back with a single stab wound on her chest. No weapon was found at the scene, but the subject of Freya's unfinished painting is holding a knife. The red color on the tip of the knife is not paint, it was discovered to be blood.
I wonder if all of Freya's paintings are this dirty. Maybe it's just because she never got finished it.
There's something wrong with the crime scene, and something really weird about the murder weapon.
We didn't find a murder weapon.
So this is one of the main mechanics of the game. This is how you figure things out. You get into something like this, and I know that I believe it's Flora's portrait, and then you have some options. Is holding a knife tipped with blood. Say I wanted to say, but it was removed from the scene.
It's holding a knife tipped with blood, but it was removed from the scene. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
So it will tell you if you did something wrong.
Was correct. It's holding a knife tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya.
What?
Weird, huh?
You think Freya was stabbed by a painting? Not by the woman from the painting, but by the painting itself.
Mm-hmm. Freya was standing right up by the canvas when she was killed. There's blood on the knife. It's the murder weapon.
Right, but it's not actually a knife. It can't stab.
See any other knives around here? Case clip.
The case is not closed. And even if he were right, where does that leave us? A painting can't be a murder suspect.
And that's Tangle Tower. So I have played this for 10 hours so far, and the campaign takes me about 4 hours to get through every time. And I'm going to be playing it on Twitch on Thursdays. I think it'll take me 1 or 2 streams to get through, because it does take me 4 hours, but streams can take longer with chat and all that. So I think it'd be really easy to add a 5 hours. My goal is 5 hours, but really I'm just going to be replaying it one more time, which I'm hoping will get me to that 15-hour mark, adding 5 hours, but we'll find out. Then we have Graveyard Keeper. This very cute pixel game. Actually, it's not cute at all. You are a Graveyard Keeper, which comes with a lot of responsibilities. This game is set in a old world where you have to make everything yourself. You have to chop down your own trees. You have to mine your own iron. And you do autopsies because you're a graveyard keeper. I don't know what to tell you. So I think the vibes of this game can be pretty well understood just through this alone. That was the wrong table. My bad. So you steal... Wait, that's... Okay, we're good. You take chunks off of people. We're going to take their fat. We're going to take their flesh. You take all their stuff. You take all their stuff and you use it for other things. Like you can use their skin, which I'm going to take now, for paper, and you use their meat for burgers, and it's very creepy. Like, it's definitely some morose horror vibes. There's the little talking skull. He loves wine. As you guys saw, Graveyard Keeper is super fun. It's really grindy. It's such a good game. I love it a lot. So I've played it for 25 hours, and my goal is to get it to 40 hours, adding 15 hours of gameplay. The next game on my list is Project Highrise. In Project Highrise, you are building a high rise. Shocking, I know. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna start building. I always like to have 4 layers about to start, and then I start the offices on layers 2 and 3. So we got that, and then we need to build, what do I need? That's what I need. We're gonna build that up here. So that's our electricity. So basically you're building this office space, and you have to think about things like noise, electricity, also something I'm missing currently, which is elevators. We're gonna stick the elevators over here so that they have to walk through the shops. We're going to put in a place to eat, a food stall right there. So let's start with that. And then we are going to see what food stalls. Dumplings. I do love, oh, I didn't see what dumplings was. That's fine. You start with something like I showed you, and then you get to something like this, where you have your water and your electricity towers going up here, and all of the different types of offices are going to want different things. So you can see the rent here, you can change, you can ask for maintenance for when things are dirty. You can see what they want, if they're happy, why they're not happy. Rent is too high, we should be paying less. What are you paying? You're paying your normal rent, leave me alone. And then you have food stalls in here, which you can see. We like being in a high traffic area, so if you get more people to walk by, that's always good. And then you have your maintenance shafts, so you need to have enough electricity. So this one's for 50 units, so if you have more than 50 units with electricity needs, you need to build second ones. It's so good. It's such a specific game, but it does it so well, and I just love that. I think I've had it in my project already, actually. I haven't. I really thought I had it in my project, but I guess I haven't played it this year, but I'm really excited to get back into it. So Project Highrise I've played so far for 20 hours, and my goal is to add 10 hours, getting it to 30 hours. Then we have Monster Prom. So Monster Prom is a game where you are dating monsters. That's all there is to it. You can actually play this multiplayer. So you start off the game in this menu, and it asks you stupid questions. You can pause and read them yourself. I'm just kind of clicking random answers. And depending on your answers, you're going to get different stats. So every time you play, you're going to have a different set of stats. So you're competing for dates for the prom, and how you do that is you have a set of stats up in the top right corner. Let me just casually move. Boop. Let me just move myself. Up in the top right corner. So I don't have a lot of charm, so I'm going to go to the gym and get myself some charm. So every different area has a different stat that it'll get you. I gain 2 charm when I go there, and then every time you go there, you have a different interaction that happens. You basically go through options, and you'll get 2 choices, and they're all based on stats. So you want something that you think will impress the person you want to date and that you can get the stats of. So true hideousness is on the inside in your organs. A person with their organs on their outside would be the most hideous. I think that would be creativity, which I'm quite good at. It might be fun though, and I'm not very fun. A toned body, symmetrical face, nice features, because traditional beauty standards are hideously mainstream. I think that's smarts, and I have a lot of smarts, so I'm going to go with that one. Also, it'll cater to Liam, I think. So smart. Finally, someone understands what I've been saying all along. It's not people who are ugly. It's society. I mean, I kind of agree, Liam. Society is ugly. And then they say some shit, which, again, you can pause. Oh, I got some hearts. And if you do an interaction properly, you gain better stats. If you do an interaction improperly, you will lose stats. And so you're trying to get stats, you're trying to get hearts, and the goal is to get the right stats with the person you're trying to go for. So Liam, I think, is smarts and something else, maybe charm, maybe creativity. So you're trying to get high enough stats. Monster Prom is a very adult game. It's really fun. It's wacky, adventure, kind of sexual, very fun, and I might try and play that on stream too. I don't know. It's just a really good game. So I'm very excited for it. My goal is to get it from 15 hours to 20 hours. And there we go. I hope you enjoyed this new format and getting to actually see gameplay of these games instead of me trying to awkwardly describe them and putting pictures that I hope will make it understandable. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.